Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing something a little bit different from my followers who are used to my comedic relief or my hair or beauty tips. This is something that I do outside of social media. For those of you who may know me, know that I write spoken word. And recently I got the opportunity to watch in my home, because, you know, I'm not special, but watch the Netflix limited series, When They See Us, about the Central Park Five and their trial and basically the effects of being locked up. These young boys at the time, now grown men, ranged between the ages of 13 and 16. And it had a profound effect on me. And it broke my writer's block, and I literally had to go get paper and pen, and just write. And so from my brain and my heart to you, I hope, you enjoy this piece. It's called Boys Will Be Boys. And, I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you for taking the time to watch it. On the count of being a black boy in America, we find you guilty. Guilty, guilty, guilty. We sentence you to a lifetime of being harassed and having your body criminalized. No matter how young you are a thug. We sentence you to a lifetime of having to fit into a certain mold so that you are not associated with being a troublemaker. When I hear those words, I think about those sentences, and I come to the realization that when they say boys will be boys, they're not talking about black boys or brown boys. They're talking about the boys who are melanin deficient. And they're talking about the boys who are melanin deficient. See, let's not pretend that Brack Young didn't get basically probation for molesting and raping a passed out drunk woman at a college frat party. But 5 black boys ranging from the age of 13 to 16 served 5 to 13 for a crime they didn't commit, and the world hated them because they were believed to be a wolf pack. So when they say boys will be boys, they're not talking about black boys or brown boys. They're not talking about Corey, Kevin, Raymond, Yusuf, or Antron. They're not talking about Darian. They're not talking about my black boy or your black boy. So when they say boys will be boys, I just come to the realization that they're not talking about our boys. Because see, our boys are criminalized. Their bodies are seen as thuggish and criminals and animal-like because they're a wolf pack from the day they are born. So when they say boys will be boys, they're not talking about black boys or brown boys. So we have to teach our boys to ensure that when they leave the house, they come back home. They have to ensure that when they leave the house, they come back home. And see, when they start to drive at 16, a moment that pushes to adulthood, you also got to teach your boys that always have your license and your registration up top so that you can easily reach and they don't have to get nervous or scared. And you can make sure you put it on the dashboard so you don't frighten the young officer. Because when they say boys will be boys, they're not talking about black boys. They're not talking about brown boys. They're talking about them boys that are melanin deficient. So we got to teach our boys that when they leave the house, they got to come home. They got to dress a certain way. And remember, hands up, don't shoot means you. See, they gotta remember that they gotta say, yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am, and yes, sir, and no, sir, and be meek, be humble. Because see, a strong brag don't count for you, because you gonna be miscommunicated and misunderstood. Because when they say boys will be boys, they're not talking about our boys. They're not talking about my boy. See, as a black mother, I got to remember, I got to teach my son that when he leaves the house, he got to come home. So I got to remind him that he got to walk a certain way. Don't have your head up too high, because then you're going to be arrogant. See, don't walk a certain way and don't hang with a certain group of people, because you don't want to be misunderstood and misrepresented, and you don't want to be seen as a thug. So, dear son, I want you to understand that when they say boys will be boys, they don't mean black boys. They don't mean brown boys. They mean boys who are melanin deficient. So, dear son, when you get old enough, I'm going to show you this tape. But I want you to understand that when they say boys will be boys, they don't mean black boys like you. Boys who are on the far end of the spectrum, skin so dark and melanated. Ooh, I don't even think the sun can burn. But son, when you leave the house, I want you to ensure that you come home to me. So you got to make sure you say yes, sir, and no, sir. And you keep your license and your registration up top so you can put it on the dashboard easily, so you don't scare or frighten the young officer. Because on the count of being a black boy in America, you are found guilty. There's no such thing as innocent until proven guilty. You gotta be guilty until proven innocent. So remember, son, when they say boys will be boys, unfortunately, baby boy, they not talking about black boys or brown boys. They talking about them boys that are melanin deficient.